So this was the first book to kick off summer. Good morning, guys. So we have the car all packed. You can probably see it's kind of a mess back there. We are heading out to the Great Salt Plains. No, it's just called Salt Plains. We are kicking off summer with a little road trip. It's about 2.5 hours from where we live. It looks pretty cool. You can dig for like selenite crystals, and we're gonna be in the car for a little bit, but we're pretty excited.
$dollars and champagne for the trouble. It's the t-shirt in the backseat of your car. Head down just like your father taught you. Stick around when the walls start to fall. Good God, does anybody notice you sat at the table and you listened to her scream? I know we've had too many. I'm not sure what to believe. Beauty queens and rock and rollers, crystal glasses, Coca-Cola. Nice to meet you, nice to know you. Better have listened to all that they told you.
Maybe like half a mile. It didn't feel like it took us very long to get here. And there's just this little beach right here. Tiny little thing. Perfect reading spot. We've got it all to ourselves. Nice and quiet. Just the birds and a lot of little bugs. Luckily they don't bite, so that's good. I just started this book. I'm Fine But You Appear to Be Sinking. It's short stories by Lena Crow. I'm not totally sure. I wanted to pick something that was a little bit water themed because I knew we were coming to a lake. If I get a little bit bogged down with longer books, it's really nice to break things up with a short story collection sometimes. So, and now I need to put my sunglasses back on because it's bright. up, guys? So I thought I would give you a little update. I did not get anything at the bookstore. I had that book by Sarah Gailey in my hands. What is it? Just Like Home? Because I've read The Echo Wife before and I really liked it. It's science fiction. It's about clones. It's very good. And I know I will probably like she has 2 other books as well. But it was 20 bucks, which is normal for like when you buy a new book at a bookstore. But I've just been a little bit spoiled on my like $5 eBay finds. So I put it back. But I am enjoying my current read. This is what I was reading on the beach and I really like it. I am obsessed with this cover. I love that it's like, it looks like, an old photograph like from the 50s or 60s or something. But then it's got like the little octopus in the background and this little astronaut guy. It's definitely leaning like science fiction, maybe a little bit speculative. I've never read her before. I'm not actually sure if she's like new or if she's been around for a while. A lot of these have been published in previous like literary journals. I know that's kind of the way it goes with short stories, where a lot of authors they'll get their individual stories published in different places and then collect them all together in a collection. Anyway, I'm taking my time with this one, even though it's quite short, because I am enjoying it. So you guys let me know what you're reading. I feel like I really only get recommendations from like Pinterest, which I've talked about, like my Pinterest algorithm giving me really good stuff before. But I'm always wanting to know what other people are actually reading. What is up, guys? So it's the end of the video, but I didn't want to leave you hanging. I did finish I'm Fine, But You Appear to Be Sinking. It's been a couple of days since we got back. I really liked this. I have never read her before. Definitely need to look up and see what other stories that she has out. I'm not sure if this is her like first and only collection. It doesn't have one of those pages where it says like other work by and then the author's name, so I will have to Google it. But it does have like recommendations in the back for other books from this publisher, Featherproof. I've never read anything from them before that I'm aware of, and one of them in particular sounds really interesting. It's that bottom one. It sounds really interesting. I'll just let you guys pause and read it. Anyway, I may have to buy more from this publisher. They kind of remind me a little bit of $2 Radio. If you guys have ever purchased a book from them, like here's a couple of their stuff. It's like a really small like family run press. I think they have a bookstore in Illinois and it's like the only one. Like it's very, very small, family run, which is really cool. Anywho, I thought these stories were very good. I'll give like a really full review in my June wrap up. But overall, I gave this a 4.5 out of 5. It was pretty much almost perfect. It definitely has those speculative vibes, which I feel like you can kind of tell from the cover, bringing us into a familiar setting and then kind of shifting a few degrees until we're kind of, something's a little bit off and we're kind of looking at the world from a slightly different angle, which I love. The title story was actually the one that I feel like I was least impressed by. It really ended very abruptly and it kind of left me wanting more, and not in like a good way. I felt like it kind of ended too soon. There's one in here called Spud and Spud 2. Anyway, it's one story, but it's broken up into different parts. I think there's like 4 or 5 different ones, and there's a time jump in each one, which I thought was really clever because it kind of gives us time as the reader to process. It's about a spaceship that goes dark, like their comm system goes dark, and so he's sort of thinking about, he's trying to basically keep himself from having a panic attack, I guess, and he's imagining telling his future son, his future clone, who's being grown in like an artificial womb. He imagines telling this story when he's older to his son, like to his grown clone. I don't know. I thought it was really interesting. And then you see there's like a time jump and you get to see the boy grown up and like see how he's similar but also different in ways to his clone or his father. I always say this about short story collections, but the great thing about them is like if you don't really like one, it's gonna end soon because like they're so short. So eventually it ends and then you just move on to the next one. So this was the first book to kick off summer. I am very excited about all the little plans and little trips that I have this summer. My boyfriend and I are heading to Georgia in a couple of weeks, so we're pretty pumped about that. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great summer. Let me know what you're reading, because I'm gonna want some reading recommendations, particularly if they are translated works, because I'm gonna be reading a lot of foreign lit for the next couple of years, honestly. I will see you guys in a future video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.